Hi, Aries. Welcome to Pandora Astrology's monthly horoscope for February of 2021. Hey, your birthday is coming. Had you noticed? It's a really good idea to schedule a birthday reading during the month before your birthday because that's your mop-up period, and it's the time when you really want to be finishing the stuff of the old year and getting ready for the stuff of the new year. You can find a link to do that in the YouTube description below. In last month's horoscope, I talked about how 2021 feels lighter and brighter than 2020, mostly because Jupiter and Saturn have left Capricorn for Aquarius. And during February in particular, Saturn is going to meet up with Chiron in a harmonious sextile and with Uranus in a stressful square, beginning the first of this year's 3 connections with each of those planets. And there's a lot of activity there, but it's going to bring us some powerful opportunities to heal our relationship with the authoritarian and the authoritative, both without and within. So there's some thoughts. And in particular, I know you're a cardinal sign, but if there's anything in your chart in a fixed sign, between 6 and 12 degrees of a fixed sign, then you will absolutely feel this transit. You can find out more about it in our 2021 news playlist on our YouTube channel. So, Julia, I think that you've got some news for the Aries of the world about Mars, Venus, and Mercury.
Oh, I sure do, Jamie. Well, hey, Aries. I'll start with Mars. Mars is the planet of activity. It's where we can be very driven, and it's also where we can run into conflict too. And Mars is going to spend the entire month in your second house. This is the house of possessions. This is the house of money. So with Mars here, you could feel really driven to make more money, whether you're running a business and you're trying to expand it, or you're trying to find a way that you can increase your income in some way. Now, Mars is a very impulsive planet, so you could also be extra impulsive with your spending this month. You're a little dangerous with a credit card now, so try to keep it as far away from you as possible. And since the second house can represent our values, you can run into conflicts with other people about your personal values, whether they're religious, personal, family, or political, or you could run into money conflicts as well too. Now, Venus, the planet of art, beauty, and relationships, begins the month in your 11th house of groups. This house rules all the groups you're a part of, whether they're clubs, societies, or just friendship circles. So you're really, really going to enjoy being in a group context in some way this month. And if you have a partner, then you're going to want to enjoy your relationship too within the context of a group as well. Maybe inviting your partner out with your friends. Then on February 25th, Venus is going to enter your 12th house. This is one of the most isolated houses in the zodiac. So, after the first part of this month is going to be pretty social, but then by the end, you're going to want to withdraw and just spend a lot more time on your own. And maybe just, for example, cuddle up with your partner at home instead of just going out and being so social. Now, the 12th house can be kind of a challenging house. It can deal with its own crises too. So it's possible that your partner might go through a crisis that brings you two together as you sort of help each other out through it. Then Mercury, the planet of communication and mentation, starts the month retrograde also in your 11th house. So even though it's a wonderful time with any of the groups that you're a part of, or even among your friendship circles, miscommunications could still be cropping up. You could also be rethinking your membership in any groups. And this house also represents long-term objectives in life. So this could be a time of really reviewing what are your goals, the goals that you have that kind of manifest over 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, the long-term ones too. So be prepared to kind of take a second to sort of step back, re-strategize, review where you think you're going and what your directions are. Then on February 8th, we have Epiphany Day, and that means Mercury is closely conjoined the sun, like to the very minute. So we can expect some mental clarity that day to help you resolve some of the Mercury retrograde issues that I was touching on earlier. Now, Mercury goes direct on February 20th. So that means that it finally pivots and starts moving forward, but it's moving forward very slowly for up to about a week after that date. So I say it's about a week after February 20th. Give it a little bit of time for the cycle to fully, and reasonably conclude when Mercury picks up some speed and is forging ahead.
Yes, indeed. So there are a couple of moons and a seasonal shift to talk about. There is a new moon in Aquarius, which is happening right here on the 11th. and that is again in your 11th house. So it's going to tie into that retrograde Mercury in your 11th house. And I think there's a lot of emphasis on social life, connecting with friends, and also maybe making some revisions, maybe like, I don't know, canceling some email subscriptions that have been really bugging you, cleaning out your inbox a little bit so that you can feel connected with the people that you want to and not bothered by the people you don't want to connect with. This new moon is a really great time for new beginnings. We're calling it leaning into the age of Aquarius because it is the Aquarius new moon, and there's such a big pile of planets here, so much emphasis on this humanitarian sign. Now, a little bit later in the month, on the 18th, here it is, the sun leaves Aquarius and moves into Pisces, beginning the general shift out of your very social, very gregarious, very friendly 11th house and into your more introverted 12th house that really prefers solitude, time alone, time to recharge. So the sun moves there on the 18th, and that begins to shift the energy towards that. And it's followed by a full moon, which is officially on the 27th, although we get a better view of it if we look at it on the 26th. Here's the moon in Virgo, opposite the sun in Pisces. And the moon is going to tell us something about where you could really engage in some helpful self-care to balance out that Pisces emphasis. And so the Pisces emphasis bringing you inward in an emotional way, perhaps into the realm of dreams and fantasies and imaginings, or faith and prayer. This 6th house moon is telling you to get out into some physical spaces in your life and do some tidying and organizing and cleaning up. And that can really bring a nice balance to the chaos, shall we say, of the 12th house. We're calling this full moon in Virgo being of service on your own terms, because Uranus forms a wonderful harmonious trine to the moon and a sextile to the sun, bringing some lovely balance. And if you want to find out more about these moons, you can do so in the February 2021 news playlist on our YouTube channel. So we've been saying for a couple of months that this late winter and early spring is the best time all year to begin life's really big projects if you had anything in mind for this year. What I'm saying is don't wait for the summer, but do it early this year because all of the outer planets are direct at once. Here's Pluto, it's direct. See, no retrograde symbol. Here's Saturn, also direct, and Jupiter. Neptune, Chiron, Uranus, they're all direct at once, and that's actually a rare thing. It's only going on for a couple of months this year. Now, the fly in the ointment, of course, is Mercury, which Julia told you about before. Mercury doesn't go direct until February 20th. It's not really clear of its retrograde period until about February 25th or 27th at the earliest. But after that, it is full speed ahead to begin some of life's really big projects. By that, I mean, wait until late February or early March to buy that car, buy that condo, new home, move into your new place, other large piece of property, or begin a business by accepting your first dollar in exchange for services or goods. You'll find that anything that you incept during March is going to have fewer obstacles and frustrations built right into it. So that's all we have for you today. Thanks for watching. We love it when you do, and we love making these videos for you. Please be sure to like it if you do, and share it with those you love, and subscribe. You will find your horoscope on our website, pandoraastrology.com, along with the monthly forecast. And that is also the place to go if you want an astrology reading with either Julia or me. And you can take classes as well. And until next time, we'll see you around the cosmos. Bye.
Bye-bye.